Hey y'all, what is going on? This is Jesse Bose from the 19th hole. What we have for you all today is a refresher video guide of the upcoming Pacific Cup Tournament. All the holes that you see here today are holes that were previously used in other tournaments, and this is the way I played them in those tournaments playthroughs. So hopefully this can help you all out. If not, just refresh you on what to expect.
We're going to play this one with a plus 10% elevation adjustment and a Titan ball, and extra mile for our club. We're going to play our shot here. We're not going to play the full topspin shot. We're going to play a shot here to put ourselves on the second fairway for a wedge chip to the hole. So as you see, we're going with just a little bit of topspin, just a tiny bit of topspin, and some right spin. And we're just going to hit this one perfect. We just want that second bounce to just barely get to that second fairway. And as you see right there, it bounces and it's going to hit and roll right up to the edge of the fairway. And from right there, you have a very nice wedge shot to the hole. For me, I have my Endbringer 1 here. And we're going to play this one at, we really should play this one at max distance. I take a little bit off of the max number here in the end, which you will see does cost me in the end. So instead of 2.4 rings adjustment, I only actually end up adjusting for about 2 rings, which definitely costs me here. As you can see, we hit a perfect shot. But we are going to end up just barely to the left side of the hole here. So if we had adjusted at max, we would have hit that one. I think that's a much better chance in rookie getting that one to drop for the eagle, as opposed to going for the full overpower shot, where you try to get that third bounce over the bunker. For one reason, I don't believe that most rookies will have the driver with the ability to make that that shot with enough topspin. So if you don't, playing it that way short is definitely your best option, and will give you the best chance for the eagle.
So we're going to finish out with hole number 9. We're going to be playing our shot to the left here. Full topspin and left spin is the way we're going to play this shot. And we're trying to aim this one down the middle of the fairway as best as we can. And 3.3 with 10% is about 1.5 is our adjustment here for this. A little bit of left curl. Hit it perfect, and this one should be good. Here. I know I mentioned something about that shadow area is kind of like a reference point. If you're not at the shadow, you're still okay. I know some people have sent me a message saying, I didn't get to the shadow. That's okay. If you don't get to the shadow, that's okay. That's like best case scenarios where you'd want to be, is right at that shadow. But, it's probably going to take a little bit better driver with some curl and a little bit better ball. But, just getting up there on the fairway is definitely a thing of its own. You definitely want to go with full topspin, full left spin, and I always aim down the middle of the fairway. For reference, you can use the the yellow edge of my ball guide, right there along the edge of the rough line. That's a pretty good reference point for the drive. So for the second shot, we got the big dog, and depending on where your ball lands on the fairway for your tee shot, could definitely affect how much spin you're going to use for the second shot. We'll see how much we have here. We're not going to play any kind of elevation here for this shot. So 3.4. And as you can see, let's see what we got. We're going to go with, that seems like a lot. So we're going to go 2.5 top spin here, 1 right spin, and then just going to aim this one as west as we can towards the pin. Okay, and 3.4 is going to be right about 1.4 rings. A little bit hard to see right there, apologize. Do remember that tree gets in the way when you aim it if you are playing this hole. It's coming in here. It looks a little bit hot. A little bit hot right there. So we could have definitely probably gone with 2 top spin right there. But still, you know, it's going to be a very easy eagle putt, and that's really all you're trying to worry about here on this hole. Especially if you're using a big dog, you know, it's not going to be the most, you know, it's not going to be the best situation to try to drop in for an albatross, just because there's no ball guide, and it's almost, you know, a lot of luck that you're basing that on. But like I said, there's no like true this much topspin or this much backspin for the shot, because it really just depends on where you are located on the fairway. So for my shot right there, probably should have been about 2 bars of backs and 2 bars of topspin. Would have been the correct spin amount for my shot. Alright, y'all, we got hole 4 here, par 3. We're going to be playing this one with a backbone, and we're going to be playing it with a navigator ball. We will play this hole with a plus 20% elevation change going downhill. And we will stick around to watch Tommy play his shot. He's also playing it with the backbone as well. He's going with the katana ball, so he's going to cut down on the wind a little bit extra compared to me. But he still wants to go with 20%. So he should be adjusting this shot as if it's about 5 miles per hour of wind. So we would add 0.4 for each 10%. So 0.8 plus 4.2 is about 5 miles per hour. And that's how you would adjust your shot right there. Nice. Oh, wow. Look at that. Hole in one. Nice shot. Nice shot. Okay, our turn. Let's see what we can do. So we got our navigator ball in. 4.1, so we'll play one right about 5. We're gonna go with 5 backspin here on this shot. And we're going to adjust as if it was 5 miles per hour with our backbone. So that's going to be right about 3.1 rings. Okay, perfect. See how this one comes in. Oh, a little bit too hot. Just a little bit too hot, but we were right on it. The way that we can adjust that shot to come in not quite as hot would be to, you know, land our shot a little bit farther back into the fairway. Kind of use that downward slope to bounce off that downward slope, and then that will actually give that shot a chance to kind of grip and stop a little bit better. You know, the way my opponent played it, where he just bounced it straight into the hole, you know, it looked great, but it's not a shot that he's probably going to be able to replicate. We do want to try to find a shot where we adjust and we have that shot just roll into the hole nicely. And once we get to that spot, then we know we have our adjustment figured out. The one I shot right there was not a bad shot. It just had a little bit too much speed going into the hole. So we just need to find a way to adjust the landing spot to give that one a chance to slow down a little bit extra. So, and that was with the full 5 bars of backspin. So definitely something to think about and something to kind of tweak for the next time we play. All right, hole number 5 is next. See you in a minute. All right, we got hole number 4 here, par 3. We're playing it for our second time now. Plus 20% elevation change backbone. We're going 5 backspin, and we played our shot laying a little bit closer to the green last time. This time we're going to try to cheat it up the back up the slope just a little bit, try to give us a little bit better chance of stopping the shot. So 4.3 with a 20% elevation change. No side spin. We played it about right here last time. We're going to play it back in here this time. I'm just going to try to aim this one right at the hole as best as we can. And then 4.3, about mid numbers, is going to be 2.7 rings. And let's see how this one behaves. Hit it perfect, so we're going to get a good look at it. Roll ball, roll ball. Okay, we're definitely right on the right path right there. So definitely see that if you drop your shot a little bit farther up that ridge, it helps it stop a little bit farther. If you drop it too far down the ridge, then it hits and it just really has no way of stopping the forward momentum. So definitely, you know, that is definitely the correct way to play that shot, is just on the downslope just enough to give it a little bit more control and to be able to stop with that tailwind and that steep elevation drop. All right, see you on the next hole. All right, y'all, what's going on? We got hole number 1 here, the Winter Major. This is a par 4, and we're going to play this one with extra mile, a Titan ball, and a plus 10% adjustment for the elevation change. So the way we're going to play this one here is max right spin and 1 top spin. We want to land our shot right about in there. Okay, so max top, 1 right. We want to make sure that our bounce is over the bunker. And we'll play this one at max distance. So 3.2 miles per hour with a 10% is 1.5 ring adjustment. And a little bit of right curl for this shot. And the main goal is just to make sure you get your shot over this bunker. If you don't get over the bunker, you still have a shot to the green with your Malibu, but you'll be out of you'll really not have much of a chance for an eagle chip. So the shot here we have is with the Thorn. We got 2.5 miles per hour. We are going to play this one with a 10% adjustment. You can go for a dunk shot here, or you can play a backspin shot. It looks like the best shot's going to be up here near the edge of the green. So we're going to play this one about medium. So we're going to play 1.1 adjustment here. And we just barely missed that one. Had a really good shot at it. But the reason we play that so close to the green's edge is because if you notice, the fairway has kind of a sloped hill in it, which would make for a very inconsistent type of bounce. So I believe up near the edge of the green is probably your most consistent bounce point, other than going for a dunk shot there. But do make sure that you play plus 10% adjustment for that second shot as well. I do believe that the best chance at that shot is with the Thorn backspin. You can go for a backspin shot past the hole and try to roll it back in that way as well. But this is going to be a possible eagle, but a difficult eagle. Okay, we got hole 8. This is a par 3. We'll play with a plus 30% addition for the elevation, marlin ball, and a Goliath. So 3.9. We're going to play this one at, let's say, max distance. We'll play this with 2.5 backspin and max left spin. And we'll play it right here, just like this. So max is 2.2 adjustment. And let's see how it goes. Get it perfect. It's coming in nice. Go on. Okay, not a bad shot right there. Definitely a shot that can drop. And I would stick with those adjustments. Just do a little bit better job of lining up the shot to the hole. you're going to play just a bit of a tiny bit of an offset on that shot. But I believe it's definitely a shot that we can get to drop. No doubt about it. So 2.5 backspin, max left spin with the Marlin, Goliath. I kind of had the red ring. It looked like it was going into the bunker just a little tiny bit. And that second hop was just over the edge of that fringe. So good luck to you all, and hopefully y'all can get that ace dialed in. All right, we got hole number 3 here, par 5. Playing this one for the rough bump. Hopefully we can put ourselves in position to give ourselves a chance at the albatross. The drive, we'll be playing with a plus 10% elevation change. Let's see what kind of a spin we have for our shot here. So 2.5 going that way. All right, so we're going to be using the Titan ball. We're going to go full top spin and full left spin here. We do have a little bit extra help here, but we are going to use some curl as well on this shot. So definitely keep that in mind. The 1.1 ring adjustment, and we are going to use some left curl on the shot here. And that should land us out on the fairway. It does, and that'll roll us down. And it should put us in range for the Goliath, but we'll see in just a second. 328 yards. Alright, so the reason I said 328 is because I wanted to know the yardage to be able to see whether or not that's going to put us in a good spot. And it puts us right there at max. Okay, so right at max, we're going to land it right here on the rough. And just a little bit of top spin and left spin. And now we're going to play our adjustment here. So 2.3 is going to be 1.2 rings. Perfect hit. Let's see how this one comes in. Should be close. Ooh, that was close. All right. So good shot right there. In my opinion, that's definitely the best way to play this hole and give yourself the best chance at the albatross. We didn't hit it that time, but came very close. And as you can see, it's a very easy adjustment, even with a Titan ball. But it's very important to use the Titan ball because it's going to give you that extra distance to be able to make that shot. If you do play your drive a lot shorter in that second fairway, then it would still be possible to play that shot with a wood club. I would definitely say a Sniper or the Viper in that situation. And you won't be using any topspin. If anything, you'll be using a little bit of backspin for the shot. So anyways, so that is a plus 10% elevation change for that second shot as well. Can't remember if I mentioned that or not. So we'll see you all in just a second on hole number 4. Alright, we got hole 4 here, par 4. Extra mile, Titan ball. Hopefully a thorn shot to the hole for our second shot. We'll be playing our initial drive with a plus 10%. Although I don't believe it really makes a whole lot of difference because I think we just play the wind with the wind angle that we have. We'll see here in a second. Yeah, 2.3, we'll just play our shot with the wind angle. Full top spin, right spin. We will play this one just a little bit back because we will land about right in here, which is where we want to land. And we have ourselves great proofed on each side for this shot, just in case. A little bit of right curl. Perfect hit ball. And that should bounce us up the fairway really nicely and put us in position for that second shot with a thorn. So we will be playing this second shot with a plus 10% as well. There's our right at max, right here off the edge of the fringe, looks like. I'm going to go with 2, 3 backspin. And just want to kind of center that shot up with the hole. And we are playing this one right at max, so with a plus 10%, that's a 1.6 ring adjustment. Perfect hit. See how this one comes in. Good bounce. In the cup for the eagle. Just as we drew it up. So that's the way to play that shot. You know, I would either say play it right off the front edge of the green if you have the power, or play it right off the edge of that fairway section before the fringe. I would never play shots off fringe, but that's kind of just me. And I like the 3 backspin. Line it right up with the hole and then hit the perfect. Definitely worked well, and hopefully you all can do the same thing.
This is a par 3. We play this one with a plus 10% adjustment off the tee box. And we're playing ours with a Viper and a Navigator ball. 1 top, 1 right spin for this shot. And you're going to see me kind of use the top, left, and right edge of the bunker as kind of like an initial setup spot. And then from there we're going to adjust it a little bit left to where our ball guide is a little bit straightened out and more in line with going towards the hole, as you can see. 1 top spin, 1 right spin. We're playing our landing spot a little bit farther down this fairway, and the reason we do that is because we want a little bit more of an accurate landing zone, and we want a shot that we can replicate in future rounds. So we adjust 2 rings for that shot right there, and as you see we get a nice bounce and a nice roll, and we just we just barely missed the ace right there. So I really like the way that one's adjusted, and I really encourage you to play it that way with the Viper.
Alright, so we got our shot here. We're going to play this one with the quarterback. Full top and right spin. And we want to land our shot right about in here. We're going to use full right curl as well. So the goal is to get the ball down this little, I don't know, kind of little extension thumb to the right side, and then this will leave us for a shot with our big dog. The reason why we play it this way is, you know, just another option on how to play this hole instead of trying to full blast it to the left side. This may be a good thing to do if you don't have a high level extra mile, or you just don't have a lot of like Titan balls to use. You know, you could play that shot that I just played with a Quasar ball as well, and it'll work just as good. But it's going to leave you it should leave you a decent second shot to the green, no matter what. It's just another option, something else for you to do and think about as you are getting ready to play your tournament. I think it's important to know different options and not just only have one way to play the hole. So let's see what we have for our second shot here with the big dog. We'll play it downhill, 10% for this shot, just like we played other one. And as you see, we have plenty of room. Yeah. So we'll play a shot right here. We're going to play with We're going to play with 1.5 top spin. I'm really not sure on this measurement at all. Maybe don't even need that. Alright, so we'll play 1.8 for our adjustment here. We'll just go off max numbers. We hit it perfect, so let's see. The only thing I'm concerned about here is the roll. Yeah. Definitely does not need all of that topspin. So we went 1.5 topspin. You could probably go with like 0.5 to 1 bar of topspin, And just honestly, it's a very nice straight on shot to the hole, for definitely a good possible albatross. So, I mean, with that distance, you could use a different club. You could use a club like probably the Viper, possibly, if it's a little bit higher leveled up. But we had just a incredible amount of extra room to play with there with that shot, and that is dependent on you having a good drive, like I had though as well. So playing it safe, the big dog would be the club to take, but you could experiment, maybe possibly be able to downgrade to like a Viper or something for that shot. But yeah, it doesn't need a whole lot of topspin. So hopefully y'all can take that information, and if you want to use it, then awesome. If you want to play it to the left though, like other people have been playing, then that's cool as well. But definitely wanted to give you all that option. Alright, we got hole number 9 here. You want a Titan ball with an extra mile and big dog for your second shot. No elevation change on this hole for the drive. The way we're going to play this one is straight ahead with full topspin. Another idea would be to play to the right side with a quarterback. But 3.8 is 1.6 rings. So we are going to push our shot 1.6 rings up. And you see we want that bounce right there. We can go with a bounce right there as well. So we're just going to adjust about 1.6. Regular power shot. And we should get a triple bounce here. There's 1, there's 2, and 3. I could have probably gone with a little bit of overpower and gone straight to the third fairway, the second fairway on the second bounce. But then at that point, it may have had too much speed. So that's why I went with the 3 bounce option. Now, if you have a lower level extra mile, you'll definitely just want to make sure that you adjust your target into overpower, whatever amount of bars you need to adjust, and then you'll pull it backwards to adjust it. So you push into overpower. Let's say you have to adjust 1.6 rings for your wind, and you see that pushing into overpower 1 ring will get you to that third bounce over into the next fairway. That would mean you really only need to adjust for about 0.6 rings from the regular position. So you push into overpower to figure out how many rings you have to play with, and then you adjust back your rings. So for our second shot here with the big dog, we will play a 10% adjustment for this shot. We have 3.6. As you see, we have quite a bit of room here. That's max and min. So we're going to play this one at mid. And we're going to go with about 2.5 top and max left. That's how we're going to play this one. And we're going to try to aim this shot as good as we can towards the pin. And then we'll adjust here 1.5 rings. Mid adjustment. Hit it perfect. And let's see what this one does with this speed. Okay, coming in just a little bit. No, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. We went 2.5 topspin, and we could have gone a little bit more. I think 3 would have been okay. But honestly, that 2.5 was not bad at all to get yourself in a really good position for the eagle. But to go for that albatross, which is I think what we really all want to try to do, is I think we need the 3 bars of topspin for that shot for sure. Max left spin, and just try to adjust that that ball guide as well as you can towards the hole, because it's not that great of a ball guide. But that would definitely be the way to go for the albatross. So just remember, plus 10% because it is a downhill shot on that second shot. And get you all that eagle, maybe get you all that albatross. Thank you all for joining me for this refresher video for the upcoming Pacific Cup Tournament. Remember, these were holes used in previous tournaments, and they were the tournament wins. So they are not going to be probably the same wins that you will see on Monday, but definitely a great way to refresh yourself as to what to expect as far as these holes and the ways to play them. So hopefully y'all get some practice this weekend, and good luck to y'all in the tournament. God bless.